So my wife got one of these calendars that she wants me to hang up, and pretty easy task, but one thing I thought I'd share with you is how to hang something like this that has multiple hanging spots, that not as simple as one that just has maybe a bar on top that you can just kind of have it lean or hang on to a nail with. So I'm going to show you a really cool tip when you have something like this with multiple spots that it needs to hang from, and just to show you how easy it is to get a pretty good setup here. So alright, so here's what I wanted to show you. Now, sometimes, and especially kind of newer pieces of furniture and pictures, they provide you sometimes a nice diagram and a nice kind of guide to hang pictures. Like this one here, it's kind of weird that it doesn't give you an exact measurement. It just tells you to use this paper as a measurement, which is fine. But sometimes, let's say you buy a used, or it doesn't come with a guide like that, you can actually make your own. And the way that you can do it is just by taking a piece of painter's tape, kind of ripping it to size here and putting it over those holes, somewhat straight and of course tight. So as you can see here, have it filling over both holes. And then all you need to do is get a little marker, follow the indentation here. So I'm just gonna kind of carve out this piece here, mark it out. And ultimately, the nails are going to hang in here from the top piece, so you can, not worry about filling in the whole thing. Ultimately, you just want to color in where the nails are going to rest in. So here and here, that's what matters the most. And then we can take this template off once we verify that it is overlapping where the holes were. And then, as you can probably guess, what we'll do now is tape this on the wall and just nail the holes in here using our template. Okay, so now we're back at the wall here, and what I'm going to do first is just kind of get an idea of how high I want the picture so it doesn't look. I'm actually going to kind of line it up here with the fridge. I think this is a good writing height. And then keep in mind how short below, so it looks like a couple inches below, is actually where the nails are going to be. So I'm going to line it up here about. That's where the top of the picture is going to be, and then just factor in a couple more inches below. Obviously you can use a ruler, a carpenter square if you want to get fancy to get this all nice, but ultimately I'm just trying to get a good enough, if you will. So I'm going to have it be about here. The nails are probably going to go about down here. So let me go get my template and put that in. Okay, so now that I have that template there, what I'm going to do next is make sure that's level, because ultimately I don't want to go through all this work trying to get the nails perfect, and then this picture ends up crooked. So what you can do, it's not perfect, it's not exact, but if you kind of line up the edge of your level here and try and get that exactly parallel to the tape. Sometimes you can even put a nail or two in there below it, but ultimately this will give you a good sense. And it looks like, as you can see from the level, or you might not be able to see, it needs to go up about 1/8 of an inch, if not a 1/16. So with that, we're going to adjust this here. I'm going to hold that in place. And that's why you don't want to tack it down too much, because you might have to do a lot of adjusting here back and forth. As you can see, that's actually pretty spot on the money right there. So now, with that, we can drive in the nails. And actually, just so we don't lose this, I'm going to place this down a little bit more firmly, and then we can get the nails in. Okay, so if you have nails and that's all you're going to use to hang the picture, this totally works just fine. You'll just put the nail in the top part, drive it in. This picture, because it's new, comes with these hangers. So all I'm going to do is line up the hook part of the hanger with the top of this circle here, where the picture will hang, and we'll be good to go. If you're hanging something heavy, obviously you want to make sure that your holes here line up with studs. Since I'm only hanging a small calendar, I'm not going to worry about it. so I just tacked that second one in there just to make it a little bit easier for filming purposes. So let me bring you up here. So as you can see, that one there, the hook aligns with the top of the hole where the nail, or in this case, the hanger is going to rest. And now I'm just going to drive that nail in. Okay. Now, here's where we can really test our work to make sure this method worked. As you can see, that's pretty darn level. Perfect. So now, obviously, if you're doing this, you want to make sure to take the tape off before you do all this. But in my case, I can just move those out of the way. Now, let's hang that up. Make sure it's level, and we're good to go. And there you go. Now that we have that all situated here, that is how you hang something using your own template that you can make to match up the holes in the back with the nails that you're going to drive in the wall or the hangers that you're going to put in the wall. Hope the video was helpful. If it was, like and subscribe. Check out more content like this that might come up. Appreciate you watching. Any suggestions or tips that you might have for other people, please feel free to put them in the comment section below. Otherwise, catch you in the next one.